conscious of the concerns of all members about the real burning issue today in this country. That is this farmers' agitation. I would not like to join issue with Shivaji or the chairman, which I should not do it also. I dare not do it. But at the same time, if only we were to be little more democratic, little more accommodative, little more liberal in approach and receptive in mind, things should not have come to this pass. The way we have muzzled through the bill here in this house of Rajya Sabha, when we were there, it is not that the members did not get the time. People did get the time, but when they were asked to raise their amendments, I brought it to your notice also, sir. You agreed. Next day when I explained this. Our seating arrangement is such, as you have seen, that we are in the galleries and we are in other rooms. When they came here, which they should not come, when they came here and were protesting in the well, which they should not have done, but when they have done it, when they were asked to go back to their seated, the time they went out, you have decided on their adjournment as not responded to. Now this is how what is exactly in English muzzling through is said. So we are not saying that we did not get time. The man who got the time did get the time and he did speak at what exactly he wanted to speak. Now today I would rather appreciate both the parties, both the farmers and also the government for the deliberations, for the negotiations and for the interaction and also the kind of talks they are involved in. The LOP has brought in the history of the agitations, right from the British days now to only to show the muzzle of the farmer. We are not trying to challenge the muzzle of the farmer because it is a nation's muzzle. After all, this nation is an agricultural nation and the entire muzzle is the nation's muzzle. They should have their say. And as he says, after all, we are all there today because of them. We owe to them unto the Jawan. Jai Jawan and Jai Kisan, the slogan of Lal Bahadur Shastri is therefore very sacrosanct. Now the question today is, what exactly we do? There are talks, the ministers come and say, I don't know, there are only 2-3 ministers here. They must tell us what is happening to talks we don't know. Laws are there. We have passed the laws. The kind of laws, the method that we have adopted is known to us and we have commented on that. I need not again go back to that and tell you, sir. But today we must find a way out instead of saying all that. Government has responded well, saying that they are prepared for talks. They said they will agree to many things which they have said. If the government says they are agreeing to MSP, I don't see any reason why it should not go into the book of law, why it should not be legislated and brought into the law pages. Instead of saying yes, if still they are agreeing, then it should be done. And many things the government is saying yes, but still we find from the discussions or from the statements of the former leaders that something is not, many things are not done. So what exactly is remaining is not known. So my suggestion therefore is, can we think of some method where this entire issue is brought back to the elected representative, the parliament, and we discuss it here. Though it's not, because we have already passed, we have a right to amend. I think the government is agreeing to a lot of amendments and the farmers wanted to repeal, which I don't think the second point, the farmers stand, that rigid stand, I am not agreeing to. But whatever amendments we want, whatever farmers want, if they are reasonable and rational, and which this House thinks is really right because they have thought what is right, they wanted to say, they could not say it, but still the bill was passed. So if the Parliament thinks that something needs to be done, and what the farmers are saying are true, it can be brought in. So some mechanism has to be devised wherein the ball should be brought back to this court so that this Parliament can look into. If we had to send it to select committee at that time, everything should have solved. But can we think now of some method where it goes back to his and where the parliament members are got involved into this, instead of Supreme Court coming and dictating to us. This is what exactly I feel. Otherwise, my objection would be, because I should go on record, instead of just saying that the farmer should be heard. First of all, this law, to my mind, is unconstitutional because it's a state subject. When I could pass an MSc of my own, I have a right to bypass MSc of my own. It is my concern. And you have taken it over and you brought in that there should not be an MSc at all. There is a law. Unless you bring a law saying there is no MSc, the MScs continue. And we in Telangana, sir, only other day, a week back, in the district collectors conference, we said the market committees will continue. The MSP will continue. Though again there we have not brought it into the law. If necessary, we can bring it to law, but you know, bringing MSP into the law, if center does it, it becomes some kind of a guideline to us rather than the states doing. That is why I agree with one of the suggestions made here from our Congress member, Mr. Chidambaramji. You see, issues like this should be left best to the states concerned. They know their soil, they know their climatic conditions, they know the geoclimatic conditions, they know how to do and what to do. So is education. I come to education now. The President spoke on education, NEP. NEP is good, but we have not, it is inconclusive. We have not discussed fully. When we are discussing the NEP, the minister said that we will discuss later. So we did not complete discussion on NEP, but NEP is being implemented. They will like, you do it because you have a right to do it because there are good points in that. It's a mixed bag as far as NEP is concerned. Now the budget spoke about some standards for the teaching staff. Very nice. After all, we suffer, whenever we talk about education, we talk about accessibility, nearness of the school, how we go, what is taught, how is it taught, and how is it evaluated. So the question is, how is it taught as a teacher? Unfortunately, we have been talking much about teachers, but you are to something like 1 crore teachers, which the finance minister has agreed. 95.8, she said, but it is something like 1 crore, including the private teachers. Now, if you want to train them what? What is that we are teaching? I am not pleased. If you can give me only 1 minute, if you do not hasten in this, give me 1 minute, I'll tell you. What is that we are teaching? We take a book of geography for a minute. I'm talking of primary school which totally lacks this kind of things. The teaching is necessary there at that particular time. How you teach in primary school is, we send a boy of 4 years who has been plucking your plates of the mother, and she smiles. The child throws things here and thither, and still we smile because our child, and we send immediately to the school, and that threshold, one small cane is there in the hand of the teacher and says silence, and you know what kind of thing. That the education psychology has told us that any kind of such interference with the child will dwarf the growth. This kind of thing has also to be taught when we are thinking of the primary education and also the education at the lower level. The budget has also talked about toys, the Montessori system of education. When you not only tell us through the words, but through the toys and through the medium. That is very good. But as I said, let me tell you how you teach and what you teach and what exactly is your curriculum. I said take the example of a geography book. For a 7th class book, first chapter is about the earth being round. Whether it is round or flat, that has not made much difference to him because the drop rate according to you is 69%. That means nobody is going up to 9th class. Most of them are getting dropped there. Now after that you have the altitudes and altitudes. altitudes. Then next step is the world has 6 subcontinents. And the first continent you teach is about Europe. And you tell us what exactly is grown, where wheat is grown in Australia and North America, and coal in London, and you tell what dress Eskimos wear. So what is produced in Europe or America or Australia is taught with all that 6 continents. The last continent is Asia. And the last subject in that Asian continent is your India. And that India, the last subject is your state. And in that, village is not there at all. So what we teach is nothing that has something to do with you at all. I'm not trying to criticize geography, because I was also a Minister of Education in my own state. When there was a lot of criticism on this. But I did not criticize geography as such. How you teach geography? Why don't you say, I am born in a particular village. That village in the state of Telangana. Telangana is the state of my India. India is part of Asia. Asia is part of 6 subcontinents. And this subcontinent make a nation. So we can go, and where local we can make as the vocal. This is what today we are talking. So education must also think of devise methods of how to teach and what should be taught to the boys. Give me one book, tell me speaking truth is good. I used to ask, there was one question, sir. There's not a single book, sir, wherein you say, Rama is a good boy, is good, therefore good. No, Rama is good, he speaks truth. Perhaps is what he said. Rama speaks truth, so is good, it is not there. That logic is not taught. I know one thing, sir, I'm taking 1 minute more, half a minute more. Sir, there was a question, if you have 1 liter of milk sold for 10 rupees, if you add 1 liter of water, what profit you will make? This is a question in a textbook. But quite possible, arithmetically, it makes sense, but morally it doesn't. So every lesson that we teach should have this moral. So the NEP we are talking about the morals and other things is sensitization. I am not opposed to it. I come to what Shiva said about regional languages. Then, sir, in these regional languages, let me tell you, we have already written 3 letters, the Chief Minister written to the Prime Minister, that the central examinations should be conducted in the regional languages along with Hindi. Hindi, in your committee, sir, you are a chairman there. My objection is, I am a pro-Hindi. यादव जी, मैं तो प्रो हिंदी हूँ. आप भी थे उसी कमेटी में, यही बोलने का था कि हम हिंदी के लिए अंग्रेजी बचाव के मूवमेंट में थे लोहिया साहब के साथ. तो अब सवाल क्या है, आपके पास आके इस पार्लियामेंट में जब आपका हिंदी सुनते हैं तो हिंदी से भाग जाना पड़ रहा है. आधे आप बात करते मैं समझ में आ जाता हूँ. जब वहाँ से थोड़ी बात करते, थोड़े लोग, मैं ऐसा नहीं बोलता, बात करते तो समझ में नहीं आता. आप डिक्शनरी तो नहीं देख सकते, हिंदी का डिक्शनरी तो यूज करने का नहीं है. ठीक है, अगर आप उसे हिंदुस्तानी कर देते, आपकी लैंग्वेज को हिंदी का हिंदुस्तानी कर देते, जैसा कि इंग्लिश में, हम सब लोगों को, मेरे कोई नहीं, शिवा को नहीं, कृष्ण साहब को नहीं, हम सबको फायदा होता है. हिंदी में ऐसा बात कीजिए जो हम समझ सकते हैं. इस बातों से साहब, about Telangana we have a lot of issues which my friend will take it up tomorrow.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Members, whenever they speak, they have to look at the chair. Present or not, what can you do?